Hey everyone, have you ever felt like you just want to be seen? Like you put your heart into something, and the people around you just looked right through you? Maybe it was when you tried really hard on a school project, or when you try to show someone something you're proud of. That feeling of being ignored, it can really hurt, can it? It makes you wonder if you even matter. We all want to feel like we belong, like our presence makes a difference. Have you ever had a moment like that? Share your stories and comment below. I'm super interested to know where in the world you're watching from. And hey, if you're ready for a story that might just hit close to home, give that like button a tap before we get started. You're awesome, and this story is just for you. Now, picture this. You pour all your energy, all your savings, into opening a sweet little bakery. A place filled with the smell of warm cookies and happy chatter. A place where everyone feels welcome. You hire people you believe in. People you think will share your dream of making everyone's day a little brighter with a tasty treat and a friendly smile. But what if you walked into your own bakery, the place you built with so much care, and one of your own team members acted like you weren't even there? Like you were invisible? That's a thought that makes your stomach drop, doesn't it? The confusion, the sting, the why me, that echoes in your head. Let's dive in to see what happened next. Leo, a kind man with a warm smile and flour dusting his apron even when he wasn't baking, had always dreamed of having a cozy bakery. Sugar and Spice, his little shop in the friendly town of Meadowbrook, was his dream come true. He picked out every mixing bowl, every spatula, and he carefully chose his team, hoping they would love sharing sweet treats and happy moments as much as he did. He trusted them. He really did. Lately, though, a little worry had started to grow in his mind. Things felt a tiny bit off at the bakery during certain times, and he'd noticed some of the staff whispering and then suddenly stopping when he came near. Was he just being paranoid? Or was something not quite right in his happy place? It was like a tiny seed of doubt had been planted in his heart. He was a little scared that maybe the friendly feeling he wanted for his bakery wasn't really there when he wasn't looking. So, Leo decided to go undercover. He put on an old baseball cap, a simple jacket, and some glasses that made him look a bit different. He wanted to see his bakery the way a regular customer would, to see how things really were without everyone knowing he was the boss. He told his manager, a cheerful young woman named Opal, that he had a doctor's appointment and wouldn't be in that day. Opal, always so helpful, wished him well. The next morning, Leo walked into Sugar and Spice, his heart doing a little flutter kick of nerves. The yummy smell of cinnamon and sugar usually made him so happy, but today it felt a bit strange. He sat down at a small table by the window, just watching everything. Most of the people working seemed nice, smiling at the customers. Then he saw her. A young woman named Juniper, with bright blue hair, was working behind the counter. She seemed kind of serious, not really smiling much. She took orders and gave out treats quickly, but she didn't really talk to the customers, just told them the price and took their money. Leo watched as she barely looked anyone in the eye, her voice sounding a little bored. Finally, it was Leo's turn to order. He went up to the counter, trying to smile. "Good morning," he said, trying to sound like any regular customer. Juniper looked up at him, her face not changing much. "What do you want?" she asked, her voice not very friendly. Leo ordered a simple chocolate chip cookie. As Juniper got it for him, she didn't say anything nice, didn't ask how his day was going, didn't even look at him when she gave him the cookie. "That'll be $2, she said, sounding like she just wanted him to pay and leave. Leo felt a little sad. This wasn't the happy, welcoming place he wanted Sugar and Spice to be. He paid and went back to his table, watching Juniper. He saw her with other customers, and she acted the same way. Quick and efficient, but not warm or friendly at all. It was like they were just people she had to serve, not people she wanted to make happy. A wave of disappointment went through Leo. Had he not done a good job of showing his team how important it was to be kind to everyone? Was this how Sugar and Spice really was when he wasn't there? The worry he felt before now felt like a heavy weight in his chest. He felt invisible, just another customer in the very place he had built with so much love. He stayed there for another hour, watching, and his heart felt heavier and heavier. He saw a little kid try to decide which cookie to get, and Juniper didn't offer any help or smile. He saw an older person trying to tell her about their day, and Juniper just nodded and looked away. Leo felt a big lump in his throat. It wasn't just about him being ignored. It was about all the customers not getting the happy experience he wanted them to have. It felt like the heart of sugar and spice was missing. Finally, he couldn't take it anymore. He went back up to the counter, still in his disguise. "Excuse me," he said gently. "I was just wondering, are you having a bad day?" Juniper looked at him, a little bit annoyed. "No. Why would you ask that?" "Well," Leo said, his voice soft but serious, "I've been sitting here for a while, and I've noticed you don't seem very happy to be here." Juniper shrugged. "It's just a job." Her words felt like a little stab to Leo's heart. "Just a job," he repeated, trying to keep his voice steady. "This isn't just a job to me. I built this place because I love making people happy." Just then, Opal came out from the back kitchen, carrying a big tray of freshly decorated cupcakes. She stopped when she saw Leo talking to Juniper. "Sir?" she started, looking confused. Leo took off his cap and glasses, looking straight at Opal. Her eyes went wide with surprise, and then she looked a little embarrassed. Juniper's mouth dropped open. "Leo," Opal said quietly, sounding shocked. Juniper's face turned pale. She looked from Leo to Opal and back again, the coolness she had shown before completely gone, replaced by a look of panic. "Juniper," Leo said, his voice calm but a little sad, "Opal tells me you've been working here for 2 months. In that time, have you ever felt how much we care about making people smile? Have you understood that every person who comes into Sugar and Spice is someone we have a chance to make feel a little bit better, even with just a cookie and a kind word?" Juniper didn't say anything, just looked down at the counter. "When someone feels ignored," Leo continued, his voice gentle, "it can make them feel really small. And that's the opposite of what I want Sugar and Spice to be. I wanted it to be a place where everyone feels seen and appreciated." He paused, looking at Juniper with kind but firm eyes. "Being friendly and making connections, that's not just part of the job, Juniper. That's the most important part." The truth hung in the air, heavy and still. Juniper finally looked up, a flicker of something like understanding in her eyes. Maybe, just maybe, she was starting to see Sugar and Spice and her role in it in a new light. The moral of this story is that everyone wants to feel seen and valued. Even the smallest act of kindness can make a big difference in someone's day. And sometimes, the people who seem the most distant are the ones who need connection the most.